Welcome to Thieves Cant, a tabletop gaming podcast with your hosts, Jeremy Shane and Chris White.
Welcome in and welcome back. It is Thieves Cant, Monday, December 8th. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
Glad to have you here as always. Thanks for joining us. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's cold outside.
'Tis the season.
I've been rocking the hot hands at work a lot.
Yeah.
So
thank you for listening. Thanks for subscribing at Thieves Cant Cast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the places. You can also email thievescantcast@gmail.com. Chris, big show today because we're rolling out the finalists for our next season of Thieves Cant Capers. We've got 4 games that are in consideration for the next season. We're going to unveil those, talk about the pros of each one, and give you a shot to weigh in. Let us know what your preference is.
through the power of democracy.
Plus, ENWorld wants to know your most anticipated RPG in 2026. We've got new minis options from WizKids and Atomic Mass Games. And, well, in what I feel like has become its own special weekly feature here on Thieves Cant, we've got yet another Draw Steel update. But first, some listener feedback.
Josh David shares an idea he has using last week's discussion on Centralia, Pennsylvania. If you didn't get a chance to listen to that last week, it's a town where there is a decades-old, still burning underground fire.
Wild.
There's just a fire that's been burning there for it's like 40 years or something like that.
Since the 60s,
Since the 60s.
Yeah.
So 50 plus years.
Long time.
Long time.
So we had talked, about how could we use that as inspiration, maybe as a hook for tabletop gaming.
Right. And so Josh wrote, I'd heard about Centralia before, but it hadn't occurred to me how great of an inspiration it could be. I'm gearing up to run Mothership for the first time soon, so my mind went to sci-fi. A mining colony in space, maybe they're mining some new kind of element, and experiments with it cause the catastrophe. The party has to go in to retrieve the data from ground zero.
It's a great call.
Yeah.
I like that hook.
Oh, man. It's just one of those things that just really get your mind churning, thinking about all the possibilities. So, yeah, this is a great one.
Right. Wade into the underground fire. Mothership, by the way, I'm really interested in what Mothership has to offer. My understanding is it's kind of maybe a more rules light sci-fi horror game.
Mm-hmm. We might have to look into that at some point.
Josh,
Not going to be one of our 4 finalists, however.
Right. Not this go round.
No.
All right. Josh David, thank you for the feedback. That is a great adventure hook. Moving on, we've got some headlines to get to. Well, what is your most anticipated RPG of 2026? That is the question that Morris over at ENWorld poses, as he has posted his annual survey looking for your nomination. According to Morris's post, here's how it all works. You start with the nominations. That is the thread that you can reply to. You can nominate any standalone tabletop RPG due to be released to the general public in 2026. It must be a standalone tabletop RPG, not a supplement, right? Not a setting, not an adventure, a source book, anything like that. Must be a standalone game. You can nominate up to 2 games, and you've got until December 14th to do so. Voting will then take place shortly thereafter. By the way, you cannot nominate your own game or one that you're affiliated with, and you do need to include a link. So if you're fired up about something, ENWorld wants to know about it. Previous winners, by the way, include 2023's King Arthur Pendragon 6th edition, 2024's Shadow of the Weird Wizard, and last year's Legend in the Mist. So what will be most anticipated in 2026? We'll find out soon. One thing that is great about lists like these that ENWorld is going to put together is it's a great way to discover games that maybe you've heard some buzz about or maybe you haven't. Mm-hmm. And now this kind of gives you a go-to list, things to explore throughout the year.
Yeah. I'm going to peek in on this but maybe not participate.
Right. Once the results are in, we'll certainly discuss those here in this space.
Yep.
Hey, let's talk some minis. The next wave of WizKids Deep Cuts minis will feature Kong. You ever wanted a Kong mini at the table? This is your chance. Courtesy of Jeffrey Dom Sanchez at ICV2. He says that WizKids will release their new wave of unpainted minis into retail coming up in April of 2026. The wave includes 3 different packs, one of which will feature the mighty Kong, expected to retail for $14.99. The other 2 monsters in this wave, and I'm kind of interested in these, the mythic Native American Wendigo and a giant rhinoceros beetle. Those are each going to retail for $8.99 a piece. Not too bad.
Yeah, I all 3 of those are cool. I really like the Wendigo.
Yeah.
That's super creepy. But I was a little confused about the Kong because the first thing I went to was that thing that I stick dog treats in, and my dog chews on it trying to get them out.
Right.
And I assume then that this is the giant gorilla.
Right.
Okay.
That would be the one. WizKids is also planning to release a new wave of Noel Zur's Marvelous Miniatures into retail as well, just as a side note. So if you're a collector of minis, you've got options. You can also turn to the new starter sets from Marvel Crisis Protocol. New X-Men and Spider-Foes starter sets arrived last week. Adam Harrison at Bell of Lost Souls has a nice write-up on these new sets, which he calls a great deal. For context, it is a tactical skirmish-style tabletop miniatures game. Players build teams of Marvel heroes and villains to battle over objectives on an interactive battlefield. The models are incredible.
Yeah.
The sets come with custom terrain, cars, and buildings that can be thrown. Worth a peek if you are a minis fan. I don't know, my mind's kind of been in the miniature space, I guess, with all the draw steel that we've been reading about, talking about, and actually playing. So should we give a little bit of an update on our draw steel play experience?
Sure.
So we've been playing the Delian Tomb, the starter adventure. We've got, I think, 3 sessions under our belt, but really only 2 of those involved substantial play. One, the middle session was kind of, that's where the sandbox opened up a little bit.
Yep.
And so it was the PCs exploring some leads, gathering information, a little more role play intensive. So as far as experience with the system goes, we've had a lot of combat. We did get to try out the negotiation system.
We did. It was obviously a lot on the director.
Yeah.
Like on the player end, it was
Can
a
confirm.
breeze. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, probably more the director's perspective is a little more relevant for this one. I thought it worked well.
Yeah. I know I have a certain appreciation for the system after testing it. It was a kind of a clunky test drive because as these things usually go the first time you try them, there's a lot of referencing the rules. Hang on, let me make sure I've got this right. There's one train of thought that says, look, worry about the ruling later. Just go with something. Or worry about the rules later. Go with a ruling now.
Right.
But it's also, this is our first foray with the system. Kind of want to get things right.
Right. Yeah, we're kind of trying to find how it works and how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. So we'll try some negotiations again. I'm not going to abandon that system outright. I like what's there, but I need to be a little more familiar, a little more comfortable.
I thought it was interesting. Didn't you say, whereas there was so much hand-holding for the combat rules,
right?
For the negotiation, they kind of left you.
I love what the Delian Tomb, what MCDM does with this adventure to teach new directors and players as you play. And the introduction, it's like a series of 4 combat encounters with a lot of hand-holding, a lot of guidance, a lot of direction. And then the adventure opens up after that intro and the training wheels come off. But that's whenever you get these negotiations and some of these other subsystems that come in. I would like a little hand-holding in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. But let's talk about some new Draw Steel updates. There's a new backer kit campaign that launches tomorrow. James Intercasso in a Patreon post notes that while the focus here is on that campaign-length adventure, Crack the Sun, the backer kit campaign will include some other stuff, adventures, player options, and a new Draw Steel core rule book available as an add-on to anyone who pledges. It's Draw Steel Encounters. I love this idea.
Yep.
It features drop-in layers, montage tests, some of those negotiations we mentioned, heroic test examples, and some new monsters as well that they call dastards. Dastardly monsters that you can drop into your game. So basically a book of encounters, each serving as examples for building your own. They can be used with minimal prep time and at least 20 of each. So you're not going to run dry anytime soon.
That sounds good.
Crowdfunder will include a free sample of Draw Steel Encounters when it launches. So if you want to see what it's all about, again, you can check Backer Kit. Launches tomorrow. I'm pumped. One more stop in today's show. We're going to talk our finalists for the next season of Thieves Cant Capers. Thieves Cant Capers is our sister show, our side show. I'm not sure really how to market this thing. It's our deep dive show.
It's great. It's the best. There. That's how you do it.
That's how you, okay.
Yeah.
Noted. So we've got one season under our belts right now, and it's on Draw Steel. We've got a 10-part, as of now, 10 parts. We are preparing to launch a new season sometime in early 2026. So our plan is to introduce 4 finalists, kind of give you the rationale behind our choices here. And if you've got an opinion, if you've got a preference, we would love to hear from you which of these 4 you'd like to hear us tackle. These are in no particular order.
Correct. No particular order, including alphabetical.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We mixed it up. The first is Night's Black Agents, Pelgrane Press, a spy thriller with vampires. So basically some burned agents uncover a global bloodsucker conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
That's like real life, kind of. And suddenly, it's tradecraft versus the supernatural. And this has been described as Jason Bourne meets Dracula.
Yeah, that's kind of the common comparison, which is a pretty good elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Uses the Gumshoe engine.
Yeah, and that's kind of appealing. We want to experiment with some of these other game systems that we're not familiar with, so we get a little more understanding of how they work and how it applies to other games and things like that. So this is one of those that was appealing. Plus, it's kind of an interesting premise. Jason Bourne meets Dracula. I don't know what more you need.
And the Gumshoe system, a little more rules light. You know, we just covered Draw Steel, which is super crunchy. So this would certainly swing kind of in the opposite direction, both in genre and mechanically.
Yes.
Okay, next option, Call of Cthulhu from Chaosium, the classic cosmic horror investigation game. You chase the clues. Oftentimes, the clues chase you right back. And the truth is generally worse than what you had hoped for. Call of Cthulhu is a game that we do have experience with, however limited that might be. It is a great system, classic, 7th edition now, but not much has changed from 1st to 7th edition. The game remains very recognizable from its roots. Celebrating its 50th anniversary here in 2025 as well. So right there amongst the longest running tabletop RPGs. It is a classic for a reason. So we figured it's fitting to include that in our finalists.
The next one up is a little different.
This is kind of a standout on this list.
Yeah, it is. And that would be 1,000-Year-Old Vampire from Tim Hutchings. So it's another vampire entry, but it's really different than Night's Black Agents.
Quite different, yeah.
So this is a solo journaling game about an immortal losing memories over centuries. It's kind of quiet. It's kind of haunting. Now, I know you've worked with this a little bit.
I had some lonely fun with it.
Yeah. So this is more of a solo experience, but
there's no reason that we can't enjoy it together.
That's right.
The way that I imagine this season of Capers would go is we would cover the rules, but then we would also play through this together as well. Make that into part of the discussion of the game itself. I think it would warrant a demonstration of play.
Yeah.
So that's something a little different. And then our final four, we'll round it out with, I wanted to make sure that we got something from Free League in the list. I wanted something that used the Year Zero engine. Mm-hmm. And so it really just kind of made sense to go with where the Year Zero engine started, and that is Mutant Year Zero from Free League, a post-apocalyptic survival game. It's got a kind of a community building twist to it. PCs are mutants scavenging the wasteland, trying to rebuild a home. Little gritty, little desperate, full of discoveries. Sounds like tons of fun.
Sort of got that post-apocalyptic vibe, but it's also got some sort of superpowers.
Yeah, sure.
You know, these mutant abilities you can get.
Right.
It looks like it can get pretty wacky, but it can also get pretty dark. It looks like a fun one.
All right. So these are four, what we feel like, four solid options. And if you've got a preference on those, we would love to know what your feelings are. Again, Night's Black Agents, Call of Cthulhu, 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, Mutant Year Zero. You can drop your preference in the comments, thievescantcast@gmail.com, and we will plan to make our official announcement of the next season, let's just say in 2 weeks, on Monday, December 22nd. It'll be an early Christmas gift.
Yeah,
right?
Sounds good.
As we bring things to a close, again, thanks for joining us on Thieves Cant. Always appreciated. We wish you a great week of life, of gaming, all that. Chris, you do the same.
You too. And if you're out there, stay warm.
Yeah.
If you can. And if you live in a warm place, stay there.
I've got to wade out into it, and I've got to start some shopping at some point.
Yeah. Gift giving.
Yeah. Maybe an update on that next week.
Uh-huh.
All right. We will let you run. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
It's been Thieves Cant. So long.
Thank you for listening to Thieves Cant. Email thievescantcast@gmail.com.